So has Pellegrini sussed things out for Manchester City? Aguero is firing in all cylinders, so it's going to be fascinating to see his game as they come up against Everton. It's Friday. Let's talk some tactics. So Manchester City are going in with your standard 4-4-2 formation that we basically talked about before. I just called out to Pellegrini. I told him you have to go back to your 4-4-2. I just think that it's what works for Manchester City. The only problem, which I talked about before, was Toure and Fernandinho pushing both up at the same time and back at the same time and leaving a little gap in between. They changed up their centre-backs. Obviously, I think it was a blessing that Mangala was suspended for this game, and Bayata done a good job, I think, in there at centre-back alongside Demichelis, despite that scary little start when Fletcher snuck through. But the big talking point for Manchester City, we can spend all day talking about how they defend and their structure, but it's Sergio Aguero. I don't think he's a one-man team because he's definitely linking up well now with Jovetic. But if I want to talk about Sergio Aguero, I could spend all day. When you talk about Aguero higher up, what is going to work out with him playing as that last man is he'll leave room for this man, Stefan Jovetic, which worked perfectly. I was smiling when I seen that goal going against Sunderland because it's exactly what I've been calling out for Manchester City to do, is play Aguero partner with Jovetic, because Aguero's a small lad, I keep talking about it, but he's so strong, holds up the ball well. And even that, defenders can't mark him, because if you're marking Aguero and you think, okay, I'll just mark him here, he's going to hold the ball up and lay it off, it's easy enough, he'll pull away over here and he'll pick the ball up, and what do you do against Sunderland? Nutmeg the guy here, bang, put it in the top corner. What does he do? Holds the ball up here. A great movement all round from Manchester City. They move the ball very well. Lays it off to the runner, which is Jovetic, third man running. Bang. It was a pleasure to watch, it has to be said, for Manchester City after they went that one goal down. And if you look at the stats here for Sergio Aguero, they just speak for themselves. Not only is he scoring, but he's grabbing assists. Look at these last few games, especially against Bayern Munich. He grabbed those 3 goals. Then against Southampton, 2 assists. And then against Sunderland, 2 goals and an assist. The kid is on fire. By far, I think, the best striker in the world at the moment. Well, maybe not by far. There's still some good players out there. But I'm just very enthusiastic about Sergio Aguero. He's definitely a pleasure to watch, as I said, but he's so hard to defend against, because not only can he do the run of holding it up, I could sit here and talk about him all day, but he can hold you right here. Defender thinks he's got him, and he's probably, I would like to know his 40-yard sprint time, because the guy can sprint away a diagonal across a defender. Fair enough, it was up against John O'Shea, who's not the quickest kid in the book, but he still gets across him and puts the ball in the back of the net. So he's going to be a handful for Everton. I know they don't have the paciest defenders in YAYA TOURE and Distan back there. They're going to have to do something where they maybe sit staggered like this and have somewhat of a sweeper playing in here. I know there's a lot of lines to look out for, but you get the idea. So if you play somewhat of a sweeper, you can try and cover him, but then you've got to worry about Jovetic playing off him if Pellegrini goes with that 4-4-2. There's still gaps, as I said. There's still gaps in between Manchester City's defenders, centre-back. As I said, there should be an invisible rope that should be tied right along these full-backs and centre-backs, so that if one moves, they all move. I still think this is a concept that Manchester City are struggling with, because when Fletcher's goal, they were still split a little bit and he made the run through the middle, and it was a bit of a lucky finish, but it still caused an upset, and it's something that Everton play very well with. And if you look at Everton's basically their lineup in their last game, I was so impressed with Morales. His ability to move from midfield into the final third and in the box, and his ability to take players on, is something that can only be admired. He partners well with Lukaku, who I think before, when they played somewhat of a 4-4-2, Lukaku would start wandering in all different areas and trying to pick up the ball deep, when that's not what you want Lukaku to do. You want him to sit in the box, allow Morales to do your runs, push your midfielders up, have your 2 hold midfielders, which are going to be essential against Man City. Have Morales pick the ball up in these areas, have Morales make the runs in behind, and just get Lukaku in here to cause problems for the 2 centre-backs. If Pellegrini is smart, I don't think he'll bring Mangala in straight away, because obviously it seems to be they're working, but with 1 win in 5 for Roberto Martinez's team, I just don't think that they're going to have a chance here at the Etihad. My money is on a 2-0 victory for Manchester City. If they score 1 early on, I think it could go on to be 3 or 4. But Everton are always a team that, if they get off to the right start, they can be different. I think the Everton of a couple of years ago wouldn't imagine conceding this amount of goals, but the way Manchester City have been playing, I think that they'll have a comfortable win here at the Etihad. So if you're watching after the game, leave your comments in the section below. Check out the goals in the link below, and make sure to check out TYT Sports and subscribe.